friends, Namaste. This is Arjun Gupta from St. Joseph's Degree College. In this session, we are supposed to know regarding to the methods of credit control by Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India has been authorized to use various credit control measures by both the Act of 1934 and the Act of 1949. The RBI, as the central bank of the country, has the responsibility to control credit operations and ensure economic growth. It tries to regulate money supply in accordance with the changing requirements of the economy. The two methods of credit control are direct or quantitative methods, indirect or selective or qualitative methods. Quantitative or traditional methods of credit control are designed to regulate the volume of credited by the banking system. Qualitative or selective methods credit control are designed to regulate the flow of credit in specific uses. The process of RBI to control credit in the economy is called monetary policy. The different quantitative measures are bank rate, reserve requirements, open market operations. Now let us discuss one by one. Quantitative method. Bank rate policy. The bank rate has been defined in section 49 of RBI Act as the standard rate at which RBI is prepared to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial paper eligible to purchase under this act. By varying the rate, the RBI can to a certain extent regulate the commercial bank credit and the general credit situation of the country. The impact of this tool has not been very great because of the fact that RBI does not have a mechanism to control the unorganized sector. Reserve requirements. The Reserve Bank of India is vested with the powers to vary the CRR and SLR. By varying reserve requirements, the RBI restricts for free flow of funds by way of credit to different sectors of the economy. When SLR or CRR is increased by RBI, it reduces commercial banks' capacity to create credit and thus helps to check inflationary pressures. Now, let us discuss what are CRR and SLR. CRR or cash reserve ratio. CRR is the minimum percentage of deposits with commercial banks that they need to deposit with the central bank of RBI. Now, let us see the impact of increased CRR. If the CRR is increased, we are supposed to get a positive impact. It is a quick fix to control inflation. By increasing CRR, commercial banks need to deposit more money with RBI. Thus, commercial banks left with less money. Now, loans become dearer. So, people have less money. As less money with commercial banks, money with people will also become less. If money with people will be less, then lower demand for goods and services. This leads to lower prices. Now, let us see what is the impact of decreased CRR. More money with commercial banks, then more money with people will be happen. This leads to higher demand for goods and services so that higher prices will be happen. So CRR should be aligned with supply and production levels. If people are producing more, then they deserve to spend more. Decreased CRR provides a short-term fix as it increases demand for short-term SLR or statutory liquid ratio. This is the percentage of liabilities and time deposits that commercial banks need to keep with them in form of cash, gold or government approved securities. Now let us see impact of increase in SLR. Commercial banks need to keep more liquid funds so that they provide less loans to the people. When people are supposed to get low loans, then the demand for goods and services will be also lower. This leads to lower prices of goods and services. In contrary, if the impact of SLR has been decreased, then commercial banks need to keep less liquid funds so that they provide more loans to the people. If more loans to the people has been happened, higher demand for goods and services will be happen so that the price will be higher of goods and services. Open market operations. Open market operations are a flexible instrument of credit control by means of which the Reserve Bank, on its own initiative, alters the liquidity position of the bank by dealing directly in the market instead of using its influence indirectly by varying the cost of credit. Open market operations can be carried out by purchase and sales by central bank of a variety of assets such as government securities, in short form we can also say G securities, commercial bills of exchange, foreign exchange, gold, and even company shares. In practice, however, RBI confines to the purchase of government securities, including treasury bills. When the RBI purchases government securities from the banks, the latest deposits with it tend to increase, adding to cash reserves of banks, and hence their capacity to expand credit will increase. Conversely, when the RBI sells securities to the banks, their deposits with RBI would get reduced, contracting the credit base. The net result would be a contraction of credit and reduction in money supply. Repos and reverse repos transaction may be considered a supplementary operation of this system. Now let us see what are repo rate and reverse repo rate. Repos. The RBI introduced repurchased auctions called as repos since December 1992 as central government securities. When banking systems experiences liquidity shortages and the rate of interest is increasing, the RBI will purchase government securities from banks. Payment is made to banks and it improves liquidity and expands the credit. Reverse repos. Since November 1996, RBI introduced reverse repos to sell government securities through auction at fixed cutoff rate of interest. It provides short-term avenues to banks to park their surplus funds where there is considerable liquidity and call rate has a tendency to decline. These two rates are nowadays commonly applied for reducing money supply or increasing it. Selective credit control or qualitative credit control methods. This method of control is used to regulate credit for specific channels. The techniques of the quantitative credit control affect all the sectors of the economy. The selective credit control aims to ensure an adequate credit flow to the desired sectors and preventing excessive credit for less essential activities. Under Section 21 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI issues directives to regulate the flow of banks' credit against the security of selected commodities. The important method applied by RBI to control credit under selective methods are marginal requirements, credit rationing, moral suasion, publicity, direct action, and credit authorization scheme. Now let us see one by one in detail. Margin requirements. Margin is the difference between the market value of the security offered for bank loan and actual loan granted against the security. The RBI lowers the margin to expand the credit and raises the margin to contract or control the credit. This system was introduced in 1956. To begin with, there was a single margin for each commodity. Subsequently, separate margins have been fixed on the basis of level of stock, type of borrower, variety of commodity, nature of credit, regions, public and private sectors. The changes in the minimum margin requirements were mainly made to discourage speculative hoardings by the traders and to check the rising prices of agricultural commodities. The RBI made use of these instruments of margins to regulate bank loans against food grains, that is, cereals, pulses, selected oil seeds, imported oil seeds, vegetable oils, raw, jute, sugar, etc. Credit rationing or rationing of credit. Credit rationing refers to a method by which the central bank fixes a ceiling on the maximum amount of loans and advances granted by commercial loans. In other words, the banks cannot extend loans and advances beyond the limit fixed. Also, in certain cases, the central banks may also fix ceiling for specific categories of loans and advances. Moral suasion. Moral suasion is the method of soft speaking and soft handling of commercial banks by the central bank. RBI frequently uses this method of requesting banks not to lend for speculative purposes, to increase their investment in government securities, to reduce the level of advances against certain commodities, to achieve targets set in regard to the lending to private sectors, and to maintain exchange rate stability. Moral suasion is a means of strengthening mutual confidence and understanding between RBI and other banks. RBI writes letters, sends notice of request, conducts meeting with the bank, sends circular letters of governor, RBI or a mere statement or speech by a top executive of RBI also does this function. Since the nationalization of banks, RBI is able to use this method very effectively. Publicity. By publishing weekly and monthly statements of assets and liabilities of commercial banks, providing statistical data regarding price, productions, employment, money, and capital market for the information of the public, RBI uses publicity as an instrument of credit control. RBI also publishes monthly and annual reports on the trends of various sectors. Direct action. It means the action taken by RBI on the banks which do not follow the line of policy dictated by RBI. The banks in default will face certain restrictions in the form of penal interest rates, putting lending restrictions on the banks, refusing to grant refinance facilities to such banks, not pertaining to open new branches, or not allowing the banks to participate in money market, etc. This method is a corrective measure which puts pressure on the commercial banks to follow the RBI instructions. Last, credit authorization scheme. Under this scheme, the commercial banks had to obtain prior approval from RBI if they needed to sanction any fresh credit of 1 crore or more to any single party in the private sector. For the public sector, the approval was required if the banks had to sanction any fresh loan of 1 crore or more to single concern. This scheme has however been discontinued from November 1988. Both qualitative and quantitative credit control instruments are complementary to one another. Their effectiveness lies in these method and proper applications. Students, I hope you have understood how RBI uses different techniques in order to control the credit in our country. I hope you have understood the topic and thanks for listening.